Ladies and gentlemen, damas and caballeros, 49er fans throughout the multiverse, welcome to Gary Lamm, Main Event Mania Preseason Recovery Section. Oh yeah, oh no, did Trey Lance really have to go? Hey, it is what it is, baby. I'm tough like Lil Mac, thick like Mr. Dream, Stone Cold Knight Rider playing for the A-Team. Yeah, I'm a dynasty world champion. My mama's Mexican, so I was born to win. So don't hold me back if you don't fucking believe. Get the hell out of my way and watch me succeed. And that was the Trey Lance experience. The San Francisco 49ers didn't get out of his way and watch him succeed. But today, after the love is gone, when used to be right is wrong. Or is it? Look it. This was an emotional day, or at least Friday was for the 49ers. We lost one of our own. We lost someone who was the number one draft pick, someone we gave up a lot for. Some people thought this guy was a bust. I thought he never had a chance. But hey, when it's all said and done, the Trey Lance experience is over. He didn't want to be here. I don't blame him. I'm going to rock with Brock. And we're talking about a second or third string quarterback, but I want to talk about this. And I'm going to tell you why it's so personal for me and a lot of people. What bothers me, not only that this is my guy, he's on my team, I'm going to defend him. What are you going to do? I'm not pretending that I'm not a 49er fan. Got to keep it real, got to keep it clean the best I can, But what bothers me about some 49er fans, definitely national media, is the assumption that Trey Lance had to be a running quarterback. And I'm going to ask you why. Why this brother? Similar skill set to Sam Darnold, strong arm, mobile quarterback. But as soon as he busts his leg, he's done. It bothers me, as soon as people saw he wasn't as fast as you thought, he's done. What? Sam Darnold, I'm not trying to put down Sam Darnold because I'm happy he's a 49er. I'm happy there's competition. Niners lost all their quarterbacks. We could do something with this guy. All right? Because what the 49ers needed is just give me a guy who's not going to mess it all up. Because we lost everybody. We were in the game of the season. In Philadelphia, hostile territory, all our quarterbacks went down, and we left Philly like a bunch of clowns. A bunch of ass clowns! And I didn't like it. So cool. Bring them all in, because I'm here to see the 49ers win. But it bothers me that you say this kid's a bust. When you get a guy who has a similar skill set, and I'm going to give you evidence, right? It bothers me because there's a feeling. Could it be the color of this young man's skin that says, I got a similar skill set, I'm a running quarterback, and that's who I am? What makes him different? If anything, Brock Purdy runs more than Trey Lance. If anything, I love Brock. Hey, Brock's the man. You nothing like getting it done. I'm not putting any of the Niners against each other. I love the Trey Lance, top Brock Purdy, the offense. That's a solid cat. That's another thing that bothers me. But I hate the narrative that somehow Trey Lance needed a special offense, and since he's not the athlete people want him to be, he's no good. That somehow Sam Darnold processes better than Trey Lance. No, he doesn't. He does. The problem with Trey Lance, he hasn't played, right? And the assumption that he needed a special offense, it bothers me. It bothers me. I'm not trying to, like, I think calling someone straight up racist, that's the worst, one of the worst you could call someone, right? But it bothers. What? Why was Trey? Why did you think Trey needed a special offense? Why? But when you got a similar skill set, a guy you brought in who didn't need the offense. If anything, I thought they need to drop that whatever stupid running game the Niners had last year was a bust, and people were complaining about it. We were complaining about it in that typhoon monsoon in Chicago and that stooping running up the middle. We thought it was going to get him hurt. It got him hurt. It was stupid. We didn't like it. The year before in Arizona, we thought it was dumb. Run with the running backs. All right? Trey Lance, if anything, and how much this narrative bothers me too, that the Niners, he wasn't ready. If there's anybody on the 49ers who had the mindset not to mess things up, he literally had a whole season in college, 28 touchdowns, 0 picks. The 49ers are a running team, a defensive running team. They literally need someone to get them in the right plays. And hey, look, I was the first one to say, you got to hit the layup. Trey Lance, you got to hit those short passes. He came ready with that. He improved. He wasn't good as Brock at that, but he improved. He did what he needed to do to make himself ready for the NFL, ready for a 49ers season, ready to be a backup quarterback, right? But then you keep telling, I keep on hearing he's not processing. He is he is less likely to mess things up than Sam Darnold. Okay, Sam Darnold has a turnover machine. He has a 78 QBR. And I like his skill set. You know why? Because it's similar to Trey Lance. If there's a if Trey is a project, then Sam Darnold's a reclamation project. He got sent away from 2 teams, which is fine. Because we're really talking about backup quarterbacks, Brock's the man. But the reason why I thought, you told me a lie, that Sam Darnold's here in case, Purdy gets hurt. He's coming off an elbow injury, and Trey Lance is coming off an ankle injury. Trey Lance's ankle looked great. But the narrative, and I'm not just pulling this, giving Trey a special offense out of my behind. Kyle Shanahan said it Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch expressed that Trey got a special offense last year because he wasn't ready. And John Lynch said there was nothing special about Trey's offense this year, and he looked good. Trey looked good. And I just don't get the timing. If you told me, let me just go need to say more about that. They both mentioned that they gave Trey Lance a running offense. Why couldn't he run the Brock Purdy offense? I was clamoring for that all last year. Give Trey the regular offense and let him run naturally within the play. With the play breaks down, let him run, right? Yeah, I know Trey holds the ball too long. That's fine. But don't give it to the wrong team. All right? You might take some sacks for Trey. He holds the ball too long. He's a young guy. But Sam Darnold is more likely to blow it than Trey Lance, right? And they had this stupid running offense. They finally gave Trey. This is what bothers me. They finally gave Trey begrudgingly. But they're telling me they didn't make any special offense. Trey did well, and then you get rid of him. It tells me he had no chance, and that really bothers me because there's no reason to give him that stupid running offense that didn't work for anything. There was no reason for that, and that really bothered me. Like, why? When you got a guy of a different color, you could why don't you give him that offense, right? So Trey did well in the regular offense, and now you get rid of him. It tells me you had some preconceived thought about this dude. And I'm not saying Trey was a perfect quarterback. Dude, you got to hit the freaking layups. All right. And I compare him to Alex Smith, too conservative. Sometimes you got to shoot your shot, right? It should have been this way from the beginning, and I'm gonna tell you, they didn't get out of his way. They didn't believe in him. Jimmy Garoppolo got in his way his rookie year. What he needed was reps. And I understand you want to give a guy a chance off the bench. This is hindsight 2020. And I'm not blaming Kyle Shanahan totally about what happened. You know, hey, do you let a guy play his rookie year, or do you let him like learn off the bench? There's two different schools. Two different schools about that. Hey, the Niners route didn't work. Trey gets his chance the next year. But here's the thing. They showed they didn't believe in him the second year when they brought Jimmy back. Why bring him back? It's because you didn't believe in him. You got in his way again. And I'm not there at the, I don't have access. I don't, I'm an outsider, baby. I don't got a media pass. But from quite a few reports, when Jimmy Garoppolo was re-signed by the 49ers, kind of sunk Trey's confidence. And he needed all the confidence against that wicked defense the Niners had. They still had Emmanuel Mosley at the time. They're just beating him up, all right? And it's not, I'm going to tell you, part of the reason of the reaction that the 49ers were happy, a lot of the team, like I wasn't happy the way when Trey Lance got hurt, but go back in time, week 2, Seattle, last year. No one helped Trey up. There was some positive vibes getting Jimmy back, and part of it is you don't want to. If you're a professional, if you have a job, you don't want to do two jobs. You don't want to have one offense for one guy, one offense for another guy. And again, back to the point, you set up Trey up for failure when you gave him the running quarterback offense, which it doesn't work. It wasn't for him. Yeah, give a couple of plays, 2 or 3. But NFL players want an NFL offense. Trey Lance, he ran a pro-style offense at a center. He did well in play action. What you had in him is a guy, run with the running backs, beautiful at play action, use that strong arm, boom, go over the top. You had that, right? And yeah, I'm going to say it wasn't going to be perfect last year because the kid threw the ball too hard. But I said it. I mean, before Trey ever played a snap, I say be prepared. Like, this kid is a young, country-strong dude. John Madden used to say this about Brett Favre. He's going to start slow because these guys who are athletic, they're going to, boom, fire some shots out of the cannon. They're going to it's going to be hard for them early. It's just a young person. I mean, I'm going to take this back to therapy, right? A lot of people who are active, they have like this mind block. Or when you come home from work or school, like, what do you do today? I don't know. The Niners needed to have some more movement, a faster offense. Notice how Trey looked his best. Trey looked his best against the Broncos the final few series because they were in a hurry-up offense, and it makes sense. A lot of young people, a lot of active people, boys, girls, whoever, but an active guy, right? Obvious common sense. You want to get him moving. You got him hurry up because it frees up the brain, unclogs the brain from all the stuff going in his head. Just let him be free. He's a smart guy, and that's when he looked his best. Moving around, playing, quick pace, let's go. Stop thinking, Brainiac. That's what smart people do. Smart people get in their own damn way. So you got to move around. That's why I do this in therapy. I got there, but I pass around a therapy ball, play catch, fencing, get Get the people moving. He's a young kid. Get him moving. Get him out of his own head. And Kyle Shanahan wanted him to get out of his own head. He wanted him to take some chances. The guy takes chances. He finally takes chances. He finally runs the regular quarterback offense. He finally just all pass, all go. It took him a couple series because, he's warmed up. His brain's moving. He's not thinking too much because he has a processing skills. When he lets his skills and ability and knowledge take over, boom, he looks good, and you get rid of him. And yeah, it just, again, it bugs me that you weren't doing that in the first place. Of course, hey, when you first start out with a rookie quarterback, you're going to be conservative. That's fine. And again, I'm just going to go through this again. I don't buy that Sam Darnold was clearly far and away better than Trey Lance. Trey Lance looked terrible the first couple series against the Raiders, but remember, he's coming off an injury. Right? Do you ever go back to something you have done in a long time? Okay, it looked bad. The offensive line didn't look good. Trey he looked like young Alex Smith out there. A really smart guy who doesn't want to make a mistake. Bro, you got to fire away, right? But as soon as he starts moving around, like you do with young kids, you get him moving around. Move him. He gets in a... Trey Lance did not have rhythm, right? You got to get these kids in a rhythm. And once he got in a rhythm, he's good. He got in a rhythm against the Broncos, he's good. I just don't buy the fact that Sam Darnold was that far and away ahead of Trey Lance that you couldn't just give him the final shot in the last preseason game. The final preseason stats are almost equal completions, equal pass attempts, almost same touchdowns, same interceptions. It's almost the same rating. Trey took more sacks. Yeah, he holds the ball too long because he doesn't want to mess up. Fine, he's a kid. But in my opinion, and I'm right, because of the team, okay, the Niners finally stated this. They finally stated this. They drafted Trey Lance because they wanted a quarterback on his rookie contract, right? Because what you wanted, because you're going to make less money. Hey, money's a thing. More money, more problems. Cheaper quarterback, better free agents. We got Hargrave. We got to pay both. So all those things, fine. But if there's a guy, of the quarterbacks on this team behind Brock, outside of Brock, who have a reputation of not messing up because they have this stacked roster. Niners have a stacked roster because they have a cheap quarterback. So you have a number one defense almost every year. You got a tremendous running game because you could pay them, right? Your quarterback just needs to get the guys in the right position and not mess it up. Play behind the defense, run with the running backs, not mess it up. And Trey is Mr. Not Mess It Up. He's Mr. Not Mess It Up over Sam Darnold and then over Brandon Allen Jabroni, who looked worse than Trey Lance in his first preseason start after not playing in a while, all right? So that's not the reason. It's a bunch of baloney. It's just a bunch of baloney. If the concept, I'm going to say it again, if the concept is you got a cheap quarterback room because you want to have a great defense, tremendous stars on offense, McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, you got all the guys. Just don't mess it up. Trey is Mr. Don't Mess It Up, and he showed improvement with the short passes, which he needed to do, no doubt about that. And the Niners should be able to withstand maybe some plays not being made or maybe some sacks, just as long as you throw it to the 49ers and not the other team, okay? And I think Trey Lance, because of his record of just in college, I don't want to turn over. He didn't turn over compared to Sam Darnold, who turned it over all the time. That's why he was a third overall pick at the Jets. That's why he's gone. That's why Carolina didn't want him. That's why we got him on the team because no one else wanted him. And I liked him as a project and Trey as a project. I liked that they had to battle it out because Trey's coming off an injury. And, And I believe in Sam Darnold, but you know what? Guess what? Some people got it, and some people don't. Trey Lance has it. Sam Darnold don't. All right? And I kind of take it personally because until Friday, Trey Lance put up with all this crap. He didn't cry when Jimmy Garoppolo, handsome Jimmy G. Handsome Jimmy G, he's not perfect, but he got it. And now you got to compete with that. He competed with it. Right? And then Brock Purdy comes to town. Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the draft. But he came in kicking ass, and you can't. He didn't have a problem with that. Trey didn't cry. He gave it his best shot. In fact, you know what? I'm sure Trey Lance was in therapy, my man. Trey Lance went to therapy over this, but you know what? He hung in there. He didn't disrespect his coach. And they never considered that he wouldn't go the company way until he had all he can stand. He can't stand no more. He said, I want to trade to at least compete for number 2. He took it with Brock. He took it with Jimmy. He couldn't take any more with Sam Darnold. I don't blame you. And it's not even Sam Darnold. It's more like, give me the chance. Give him the chance, right? And it was handled wrong because they didn't think eventually Trey Lance, Mr. Nice Guy, was going to say, I'm done. And I'm happy you did that, Trey, but I'm sad you're gone. But in the end, there can only be one quarterback. It's probably a lot easier for the 49ers. The drama, you don't want this around a football team. They didn't save much money on the cap this year. They didn't get a player back, which, I mean, if you're going to do this, you should have got to try. You'd rather have a player you could, you don't know who's going to hit or miss on the draft. You might have gotten a player, a lineman, somebody, another defensive end. We'll talk about that later. You could have got somebody you could use this year if you're going to get rid of Trey Lance. So this deal, again, makes the 49ers weaker this year because you mismanaged it the whole way. And we could all see it coming. We all trusted you. We trusted you to manage the right way. And I had the guy, Brock Purdy and Trey Lance, they handled it the right way. So did Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was good. They were good to each other, but it's just the way the Niners did it. They disrespected him, and they pushed him too damn far. They disrespected Trey Lance and pushed him too damn far and didn't give him his final chance, and he felt played, and that's why he left. All right? And it might be beneficial for the 49ers this year because there's none of that drama. And maybe next year they're going to be able to sign Ayuk because they'll have more money. But for this year, none of that's promised. We don't have Nick Bosa now. Brandon Ayuk was also in Shanahan's doghouse. Why should he give the 49ers a deal? Why? Trent Williams, he may retire. How long do you expect him to play? Someone may get injured. I mean, we got Gibson now, who's a free agent. None of these players are promised. You have the team this year, and you made a problem you didn't have. I don't know why the hell they signed Brandon Allen. Maybe I thought, just give a guy out there that maybe you do want to trade. Maybe you want to trade at the draft and then get something. They didn't get shit back. They didn't get shit back this year, and we're screwed. And it scares the shit out of me. We're going to Pittsburgh, and T.J. Watt, Trey's going to spin this way, and T.J. is going to fucking hit him in the mouth, and we're going to be out of quarterback, and we're going to depend on Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen, when we could have had Trey Lance, who's got some charisma. All right? Flash, pizzazz, something about that kid that damn Sam doesn't have. I liked having Sam on the team. I'm happy the Niners they backed up their play with quarterbacks, but they did it at the wrong time. They pissed the guy off at the wrong time. They didn't think about how it would feel. They didn't think about how he looked, how it made him look, how it made him feel. And this is a good step for Trey Lance. I don't know what kind of situation he's going to be in Dallas. But you know what? I wish him the best. But you wanted to go, bro. So, you got the heave-ho. Now it's Niner time. 49er faithful for life. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. I did call it like I see it. But I'm rocking with Brock. I hope he doesn't get fucking killed by TJ Watt. That scares the shit out of me. Because I'm going to go to what the original problem is with this season. The original problem was the offensive line, left tackle. And we were worried. We were mad at McGlinchey. We were going to say, okay, Cole McKivitz is going to be the guy. We don't draft an offensive lineman, which I had no problem with. Because it's going to be hard to get a tackle with a third-round pick. But then you get but then you end up drafting guys that may not make the team. Cam Latu may not make the team. Can't catch. Jake Moody may not make the team. So originally, the Niners had one problem. Offensive line. Who's going to be right tackle? If we got that, we got it sewed up. But you created more problems with this fake quarterback controversy. This again, it pisses me off because why didn't you just say, we want to save money and get rid of Trey to sign Ayuk? Next year, fine. Get a player this year, fine. Say what, or you know what? We want to give Brock a free ride, a free way. We don't want no distractions. Tell him to go. Be a man and tell you why you did it. Instead, what they did, they were fucking passive-aggressive with this kid. They made him be the bad guy and tell them to go away. What a passive-aggressive bitch move by the 49ers. I gotta say it. That's a bitch fucking move. I'm rolling with the Niners. They're my bitch. So I'm rolling with these motherfuckers for life, right? But that was it was really a bitch move what they did. Instead of just being the bad guy, saying, you know what, we didn't like it. We don't like you anymore. We're done with you. We got a new love. I'm looking for a new love. They pushed him so far, so he had to be the bad guy, and he had to leave. And of course, it was at the wrong stupid time. But here we got to overcome. But guess what? That whole thing was for a fucking backup quarterback. Because Trey's a starter. Please to God, forgive my swearing. All of you forgive my swearing, please. Nobody's perfect. And I'm a bad motherfucker. Excuse me. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Okay. We made a problem that wasn't there. But I'm going to talk about the real problems. All right? God forbid Brock gets hurt. Because that's the guy we want rocking with, okay? We're going to rock with Brock. But all it was a fake problem. We made drama that we didn't even need. We created a drama that we didn't have for no fucking reason, okay? Hey, but you know what? The Niners are about the drama, and that's why we love them. But here's a real problem. It started with the offensive line. And Colton McKivitt's blocker what? Our backups look trash. I haven't seen enough to believe in any of our backup linemen. But hey, you start your starting five. They're really, if any of your starting five on a line, usually you're lucky if you have 5 good starters. Niners have maybe 4. Trey Williams, he's the best. Aaron Banks, he had a good year. He probably may have a breakout year this year. Jake Brendel, Pro Bowl alternate. I don't like his size, but hey, he's doing the job. Spencer Burford, he was a part-time player, right guard, part-time player last year, but he has some good size. I mean, he's an athlete. You know, he's not really the big question mark. Colton McKivitz, I don't know. Let's see his 4th season. Some people like his pass blocking. Right guard was an issue. Did they seal it? They better have. That was a real problem. We'll find out. I just hope these guys stay healthy. But I'm not as worried about it as I was before. Here's the real damn problem. Another real problem. We have not signed Nick Bosa. What the hell is... I mean, in a season with all this drama, why just get the debt? You knew it was coming. You knew he was an assassin when you drafted him. You know, by the way, Kyle Harrison is pitching a gem. 4-0 Giants. They need this win against the Reds. Kyle Harrison looks like a winner. I told you, should have brought him up. He's doing good. But we're not talking about that right now. Yeah, spectacular. Kyle Harrison, spectacular. The Niners knew Bosa was the kind of guy he is. And let me ask you, with the crap they put Trey Lance through, and Jimmy Garoppolo, they still haven't paid Brock Purdy. I'm going to go back to that too. Do you think Nick Bosa is going to give them a hometown discount? Hell no! They treated this nice Christian kid like a joke. You think Nick Bosa, a little smaller bear ain't going to have no mercy? His brother and his dad are NFLers, man. They have the reputation for not messing around. The 49ers have a reputation for giving contracts they can get out of. They really never get out of them, to be honest with you. They always keep them no matter what. I can't remember, maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember a contract they really could have got out of it and didn't. The Niners are pretty faithful to their contracts. But Nick Bosa ain't going to give him nothing. He wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the history of the NFL. He probably wants some guaranteed money. He's got the 49ers over a barrel, and he will have no mercy. I hope he plays in Pittsburgh. But that's on the 49ers. Everybody's got a price. The 49ers know Nick Bosa's price. Either they're going to pay it or he ain't going to play because they know they need him. The 49ers signed Javon Hargrave, but the rest of the line is a big question mark. I'm not going to say that. Armstead and Hargrave, booyah, I love it. You got the run stopper, you got the pass rusher, and they're both veterans. Hargrave and Armstead, that's nice up the middle. Loving it. You got Bosa at left end, maybe the best defensive player in the NFL today. But right end, that's a question mark. Drake's a question mark. Who did they even add? They added Austin Bryant out there? I don't know. I mean, they drafted a rookie, Beal. I ain't seen one snap of that kid yet. Kerry Hyder, he's long. I like Kerry Hyder. He's long in the tooth. But ain't no damn Nick Bosa. I mean, the 49ers lost Charles Omenihu to the Chiefs and Ebicon. I mean, that just ain't going to cut the mustard. He knows that this defense, with the new defensive coordinator, it's going to tick because of him. If it's going to be a number one defense, if the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl, he knows that they need him. It's based on the pressure he's going to bring because the depth just ain't there. It's going to be a lot of Nick Bosa in this. They're going to ask a lot more of him. He's smart. There's a possibility because of the lack of depth, Nick Bosa is going to play more snaps, putting himself in jeopardy, increasing his likelihood to get injured. And he ain't going to play no games. He's going to do what he's got to do for Nick Bosa before he got to do what he's got to do for the 49ers. And that's how it's going to be. So far, it's been a disaster with the backdrop of the backup quarter competition, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we all care about this, but it is a thing, man. There was some hard about the Trey Lance thing, but the real problem is Nick Bosa. He ain't even been to camp. The preseason's over. The roster's got to be set Tuesday, tomorrow. Well, they'll make us place for Nick Bosa. But I mean, this guy could miss game 1 in Pittsburgh, which we want to win. It's going to be a lot. You're going to feel a lot more confident with the little bear, with smaller bear, coming off the bus with you when you got your main guy, the main ammunition. That's what you want. It'll be a distraction, another distraction, if Nick Bosa doesn't play. I'm just going to go about the D-line. Another question mark is the other side of the D-line, the right end. We lost Ebicon. We lost Jordan Willis. We lost Charles Omenihu. You know what? I'm going to rock with Jake Jackson, and I don't hear a lot of good things about Austin Bryant, but he's got it. What I like about Austin Bryant, number 56, he just gets out there. He doesn't always get there, but he gets off the line quick. He has a high motor. I like that side of the line. I think if Bosa plays, we're okay. And I still haven't seen Beal, but I hope he's good. I think we're okay. It's just we got to stop the run. Just get Nick Bosa back. We're going to be all right. Here's a big issue. 2 big issues. I'll tell you what concerns me most. 2 things. Number 1, special teams. We drafted a kicker in the 3rd round, Jake Moody. And you know what? We got Jared Brown first, the safety. I love that pick. We did need a kicker. It sounded like a smart move. I was willing to give the Niners a benefit of the doubt because I saw this coming. I'd rather say, look if that money is going to go to Nick Bosa and maybe Brandon Ayuk because we didn't sign Robbie Gould. I think if you're gonna replace your kicker, let's get the best college player we can get. But guess what? Him not delivering. Moody has not been good in the preseason. And now he's injured. And then you got Zane Gonzalez, a person who is injured. Niners keep on getting injured players. You can't have a freaking injured kick. 2 injured kickers! What the hell are they doing? You get an injured kicker. First of all, free agent Zane Gonzalez. For what? And then you get this kid. And you didn't have a Robbie Gould. Never missed a kick in the playoffs. And you get this. Then you get this kid. And you don't get the right tackle everyone's been wanting. Of course, you're going to get criticized. I really didn't have an issue with the draft pick when it happened. But now that he's missing, boy, you got a rookie kicker out there. And that is not fun on its own, especially one who's probably can't be confident. Now that's injured, that's a problem. You can't miss. If you're going to be a number 1 seed, there's only one number 1 seed. Your team's a brutal team, a physical team. People don't always lose. The next week when they play the 49ers, the 49ers are so physical, they need that 1 week of rest that the 1 seed gets. You're going to win close games. If you lose because of field goals, you're screwed. And we're going to say, and that they got to resolve that damn issue. They may have to pay the cost to be the boss and get Robbie Gould back. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. There was something and everything about you. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. The 49ers cannot live with a kicking game that is sporadic. They need a solid to really good to great kicking game. They can't lose on that. And to top it off, Ray McCloud gets hurt, broken hand, and the guys we have to replace him are rookies. This could be a freaking nightmare. Bell looks a little bit safer. Bell looks great, number 10, wide receiver out of Michigan. He looks good as a receiver, but not dynamic at all. Jameson, 22 cornerback. He looked good at cornerback. He looks like he could do the job, but here's the problem for me. Young people, rookies, sometimes they just don't do the smart play. Sometimes they try to prove themselves. Jameson looked like he was trying to. He had a fumble in a preseason game. This week he was trying to prove himself. When you prove yourself, that's when you make big mistakes. Big mistakes. And you get in a position where you'd rather not be. When the defense turns the ball over on downs, you want to get that ball. Main thing, the ball. You need the ball. Don't give it to the other team. And you got inexperienced players who want to prove themselves. Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. You want to make a move, baby. You got to make plays. You got to make plays. You got to prove yourself. Show your worth. That's not a good combination for a team who can't make any mistakes. When you're great, you can prove yourself and not make mistakes. When you're still getting experience, you get it. You're gonna make some errors. That's what it is, and that's what's gonna happen. So you got and plus, stay on special teams. Wisnowski freaking sucks. Our whole special team sucks. Every part of it. The kick game, the punt game, the return game, all suspect to totally sucks. And this can blow the Super Bowl. The Niners had one problem. Right tackle. But they created a quarterback controversy, a kick game controversy, and now we're suspect at return. This could be a nightmare. And that's I can just see a terrible circumstance where a missed kick, a muff punt, a blown special teams, a terrible kick by Wisnowski is going to blow it all for the Niners, especially in Pittsburgh. We're all going to say, I'm going to say, told you so. They got to resolve this issue going into week 1. You got to have Bosa. You got to have a solid kicker. You got to have a solid returner. Right? The other question, the other thing they blew, is Isaiah Oliver at nickelback. 49ers had a fantastic nickelback last year. Jimmy Ward, who was a safety, who came back and played nickelback, who was fantastic. The Niners have had a good nickelback for years. But now, the Niners turn no problems into problems, and the next problem they have is who the hell is going to be a nickelback. I don't like Isaiah Oliver there. Geometer Lenore is he going to go from outside to nickel? Like, they had a starting, yo, what's up? He's Zach here. What's up? I can't see nothing now. Sorry, I see someone I know. Yo, what's up, Zach? Hey, Zach, you want to join? Zach, I went over it. Hey, Zach, you want to come on? Can I add you here? I want if you want to come on. Yeah. They turned a not problem into a problem. Okay. So this is my last point. Zach made a comment. Zach's comment is the Niners botched the whole Trey Lance thing. Yes. I'm going to recap it. I'm going to recap for you, Zach. They moved up to get a guy they weren't sure about. And that's fine.
You know what, Zach? I think you got to swing for the fences. Good. Fine. But you got a guy who needed experience, who got him to replace Jimmy Garoppolo, and then you kept Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, fine. There's a school of thought. This is okay. A year on the bench is fine. But then the next year, you brought him back again. You brought him back again. So yeah, that's botch number two. It's like sometimes you try your best and it's a botch. They botched year two of Trey Lance, even bringing Jimmy Garoppolo, and this is a major botch. Why did they think they needed to have a special offense for Lance when Sam Darnold has the same skill set? And all the games that Trey Lance did well, the Bronco game, which was success, the Texas game last year, they were running a regular offense, running with running backs. The 49er, I'll call it the block pretty offense. That's when he looked his best. And it just bothers me that Trey Lance looked best in the regular offense. The stupid running up the middle offense is what messes the 49ers up. Like the fancy offense, the running offense, that's what doesn't work. That's the second botch. Assuming this kid can't run the regular offense, and Sam Darnold can, Mr. Turnover, who's already been sent from New York to Carolina to here, that's why we got him. And I'm putting Sam Darnold down because, but you're telling me if by any disaster Brock Purdy gets hurt, the 49ers, the reason why you went Trey Lance in the first place, you want a quarterback on the rookie contract so you can have a stacked defense and all the weapons on offense. You're telling me between Sam Darnold and Trey Lance, you're going to create a conservative offense, not to mess it all up, and play behind your defense and run behind your running backs, Mason and McCaffrey and TDP, and whoever we figure any running back we get is probably going to excel in this offense, and they always do. You're telling me the guy who's the conservative offense you're going to have with a backup quarterback is going to be safer behind Trey Lance? It's a lie. So it is what it is. I talked about that. But you know what? That's just backup quarterbacks. That's feelings. That's emotions. What I'm really concerned about is Isaiah Oliver and the nickel back. They already have the Amador Lenore for the first time ever. He's starting, in the NFL as an outside quarterback. But now because Isaiah Oliver is messing up and not cutting the mustard, they're putting Lenore in and out. I don't like it. You got a young player. You gotta let him get comfortable in his new position as a starter. Now you got another young person overthinking, and that is a problem. Who's gonna be there? Who's gonna be there? So, Sam Womack. I don't know. Is it gonna be Jamison? I don't like this moving in and out stuff for a person not a veteran. But hey, it might work out. But Isaiah Oliver, that is a problem. I'm going to have a positive attitude. I've been looking forward to football all year. I'm the kind of person, I don't need problems, I could just be happy. I'm the kind of person, I could live in happiness. I like to live in joy. My dog Panda, he wants to come hang out with me. He got locked upstairs, and I'm gonna live in happiness. I don't need problems, but if there's a problem, I'll solve it, and I'll stick through the good times and the bad times because I'm faithful for life. And with that, this has been Gary Lamm, Main Event Mania. God bless you. For real, it's clean. Bye, friends. thank you for supporting Cherry Lamb Main Event Mania. Love you. How do I stop this thing? All right, bye, friends. So long.